everyone. Hope everyone is doing great. I was supposed to post up an update today, a baby girl update, but I decided to do a short video on breastfeeding because it is breastfeeding week this week, breastfeeding awareness week, and my breastfeeding journey is about to come to an end. Maybe not, I don't know how long I can go, but my baby girl is officially 6 months and I made it 2 months, which is amazing. I'm so proud of myself, so proud of her. We made it this far, but yeah, it is coming to the end. Maybe not, I don't know. The plan was never to just stop at 6 months, but to at least make it to 6 months and then see how it goes. From there, I can either stop or go, depend on how my body and my baby are responding to it. If she's willing to let go easily, and if my body is still able to withstand it, I definitely would love to continue, but not for too long. Being able to feed her mainly from my breast, and I am so proud of myself, but it wasn't all easy. Like I said, it is breastfeeding week, and I just wanted to tell you guys at least 5 things I didn't know before I went into breastfeeding journey, which is something more people should know. And I'm going to tell you guys some of the good things I loved about breastfeeding as well, about my breastfeeding journey. I hope it encourages someone out there. I hope it gets someone out there ready for their breastfeeding journey. But yeah, when I just had Tanea, I know, especially us in the African community, what they always tell you is you have to breastfeed no matter what. You have to breastfeed formula. I remember even like people really close to me, whenever I was talking about, oh, I might give the baby formula, oh, what kind of formula? You must breastfeed. You must breastfeed. And I'm like, but you can't just say must, which is, I'm glad I was able to do it, and I will definitely do it again, but it wasn't easy. When I just had Tanea, the first 3 days in the hospital were terrible. She actually did latch well, which was good, but my milk did not come in immediately. So the first 3 days, she literally was just sucking and nothing was coming out, which was really difficult for her and for me, because I could see her struggling to get food and nothing was coming out. But with the mindset I went in there, because of a lot of things people had told me, oh, you had to breastfeed. Whenever a nurse came in and they were like, if it's not working, we could give the baby formula. I'm like, no, I want to try. I did not even give it a thought, which I'm glad I did. I'm glad my milk finally came in, but what if it did not? What if, there's just so many what if scenarios. But because I had this African mindset of what my people had already told, like the scare that was already put into me before I even went into the hospital, oh, you must breastfeed, or you must breastfeed, or if you don't breastfeed your child, because I had gone in with the mindset of, oh, I must breastfeed, because, oh, if not, I'm not going to tell you guys what they were telling me, because there were just a lot of things that were really scaring and could scare someone to death. But it was just a lot of, oh, if you don't breastfeed your child, well, oh, if you don't breastfeed your child, well, and nobody actually told me that, listen, if you cannot breastfeed, at some point you have this and this option. If you cannot breastfeed, not like if you don't want to breastfeed, if you cannot, because if you cannot and if you don't want to are 2 different things. But yeah, the week I came home, my milk finally came in, we finally latched. But the first 2 weeks my nipples got not really like infected, but they had wounds. Like they were so swollen, I had wounds, and it was literally literally really terrible because whenever I was breastfeeding her, she would suck and I'll be bleeding. I mean, a lot of midwives will tell you like, oh, it's not really that bad if the baby like has a little bit of blood, but as a new mom, it's terrifying. Your child is feeding and is literally sucking your blood. She's literally my blood because she has my blood in her, like not just because I'm her mother, but she has actually my blood, like she's drank my blood. That's how deep it is. But yeah, it was really terrifying because, like I said, she was pulling and pulling, and I feel like because of those 3 early days that she was really struggling, and I did not want to stop or to have anything else given to her, any other option, because I already had the mindset that I must breastfeed. I kept forcing and pushing it, which led to my belief, led to the nipple infection, nipple wounds, scars and everything. So yeah, the first month of breastfeeding was really, really strenuous for me. Like it was really painful. That's the word. It was really, really painful because even though my milk was in and she was feeding and getting healthy and growing, I was in terrible pain. Not only had I just left the hospital and was still bleeding down there, I was bleeding on my butt. Like everything was literally in pain for the first month. It was just terrifying. But then, not only the bad part, let's go into the good part. The good part, the bonding part. Like I wouldn't trade breastfeeding for anything in the world. Like just that connection, the bond you have with your child through breastfeeding is undescribable. I don't know the word I would use that would actually justify the bond you get when you're breastfeeding, especially when she was younger even more, but now even more because she's growing, she's aware, she is starting to know what she likes, what she doesn't like, and Tinea is becoming such a daddy's girl, which is actually really crazy. I mean, I like that for her, but then I'm there like, hello, mommy's here. But when we go throughout the day and she has that excitement of seeing her dad and just wanting to play with daddy and everything, but then when it's that final moment, she needs peace of mind, she needs calmness, she'll run to me because I got the breeze. Like she knows that she can go anywhere. Like just knowing that your child knows that she can always come to you for that comfort, knowing that you're the only one that can provide her that comfort, that calmness. You're the only one that can give her peace of mind, if that's a word. It's just out of this world. Like I don't know the word to describe that. It is an undescribable feeling. It's amazing. It's something I wouldn't trade for anything. The first few months I was literally terrified of breastfeeding. Well, the first 3-4 months we were home anyway because we were still on lockdown, and then things started to finally get to normal. I think that's when she was getting 4 or 5 months and I started going out with her a little bit more, and just trying to breastfeed her in public was terrifying. Like you're out and your child is screaming, and the only way you can calm her is with your breast. But if you put out your breast in public, people are looking at you like, what do you think you're doing? I feel like that's something I needed to adjust to, because you can wear like the biggest cleavage and people are going to be like, but once you put on your boob to feed your child, they're like, and you're just like, but really what I am doing here is actually feeding my child so it doesn't die. I mean, does that make sense? But yeah, that's something I needed to adjust to. I needed to switch up my mindset and accept that people are going to stare, people are going to look, people are going to have thoughts, but that goes for everything in life and you cannot always please everybody. At that moment, my child is the most important. My child has to eat, my child has to be fed, so that's what has to done. I breastfeed everywhere. Like I literally, it's not like I just pop out my boob and it's out all everywhere. I have my birth cloth that I will like just throw over her, but she has to eat. If she has to eat, she has to eat, and I don't care where I am. You know, I was on a conversation yesterday, and you know, someone was talking about, you know, even being child breastfeeding in your house when you have visitors, and I'm like, it's my house, you are in my house, my child is hungry. Like, come on. I mean, what sense does that make? Oh yeah, the fact that I don't have to carry an extra bottle whenever I'm going out is just a plus, because we have our food on deck and we can go. I think that's one of my biggest plus, because I always see people be like, oh, I'm packing my baby's bag and you need water bottle, the milk, the this, the that, and I just diapers and I'm changing clothes and that's it, and I'm gone. If I was to pack milk and everything, like my brain would just explode. I'm already stressed when I'm going out with her. If I was to think of what she's going to eat, how I'm going to make this and that, I literally would not be going out anymore, because that's just too much for me. Like it's way too much. Again, no one talks about the weight gain. I know a lot of people be like, oh, just breastfeed, you're going to lose all